Welcome to the first official episode of URL versus IRL. I'm sure you guys can hear the excitement in my voice. I am literally ecstatic, stoked, like could not be more excited to have this very first official episode of the podcast. So as you guys heard in the intro episode, the premise of this podcast is to break down how things are portrayed versus what they're like in real life behind the curtain. So on today's episode, we've got a very special guest all the way from Sweden. We're talking to my friend Sara about her rise to social media stardom thanks to a very popular TV show called Hyperdrive. But that's not all. So grab your favorite beverage, sit down, take a chill pill, and let's dig into our conversation with Sara. You're tuning into URL versus IRL, hosted by Lynch. All right, you guys, so welcome back to the podcast. I have a very special guest today I'm very excited for. This is going to be my first time having a guest on the podcast, so this is going to be really exciting. Today I have my friend Sara Haro. Is it Haro? Haro?
I honestly don't know. Because in Sweden we say Haro, and then it's Spanish originally, so it's Haro, but then America, it's like Haro or Haro. I think I say Sara Haro.
I think,
Haro. No, I don't know. I don't know, man.
That's a great introduction. I don't think anybody's ever going to have a better introduction than that. Anyways, I'll tell you guys a little bit about my friend Sara. She's a professional driver that you guys might recognize from the hit series back in 2019 called Hyperdrive. She was that girl that drove the semi-trucks for a living, and then she drifted her Mustang on the show. Since then, she's gained a lot of internet fame and has continued on to become a professional driver. And we're actually working together on a driving job right now because, if you guys don't remember, I'm also a professional driver. So, she lives all the way in Sweden, and so we jumped on this opportunity to get on this podcast right away. So I'm really excited to come on this trip and spend some time with you. It's been such a long time.
Yes.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell anybody anything else about yourself? Or do you feel like I covered it?
I mean, you pretty much covered it. I drive stuff.
Intros are always so weird because I feel like every time I'm introduced on like a show or a podcast or something, you just have to like sit there and listen to people say all kinds of nice things about you, and you're just
I
like,
don't know, man. I just drive stuff. Give me 4 wheels or more and I'm happy. That's about it.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so let's dig in right off the bat. Hyperdrive.
Yes.
How was that?
It was freaking awesome, honestly. I did not know what to expect. I'd never been on a show or anything like that before. And 2 weeks before they needed the car there, they're like, you got to own it, you got to cage it. It's like, well, the V6 Daily it is. Luckily, It's a manual. So gutted it, caged it, sent it up there, got up to Rochester where we were filming, and my car wasn't there yet. And I'm like, oh, shit, that just got shipped off somewhere. I don't know where my car is.
No.
But once I was there, a couple days in, car shows up. We're finally going. Hell yeah, let's do it. And the coolest part about the show, I think, was the people. So from all these different countries with all their different cars just coming together as a little racing family. If someone broke, we were on it. Everyone was just hands-on, get this car back together so he can get back on track or she could get back on track. So it was really cool meeting all those different types of people and just doing things with my car that I've never done before. It was really, really neat.
That's a huge chunk that I totally skipped over just because I know that you're from Sweden. I know that you lived there, grew up there, everything like that. Can you tell us like a little bit about that? You start from the way beginning and then walk us.
Oh boy.
Tell me your whole life story in one sitting.
I don't even remember it all. So I was born in Tampa, Florida. And then I moved to Sweden when I was 3 with my mom. And grew up over there, went to school for truck driving. So basic school until 9th grade, you take your final grades from that and apply to high schools for what you want to work with. So applied for trucking high school, got my licenses and everything through that. Graduated 2015. I took a year off and did high school in Arizona. And then I went back, finished 2nd and 3rd year of high school in Sweden, graduated, started truck driving straight out of high school. And I drove it for about a year, and I was like, I already decided at that point probably that I was going to move to America. It's like I missed my dad a lot. I wanted to know exactly who my dad was because always growing up I'd visit during summertime.
Yeah.
And he'd take me a little go-karting. He'd take me to his dealership and stuff. And I just didn't know him truly. It was more of a vacation dad, you know? It's like the fun dad. How are you really? So I moved over 2016. And then, trucking and hyperdrive and all that happened, and I just continued driving stuff, and
Wow, that's so cool. I wish I would have done it, dude.
Yeah.
I wish I would have done it. You know, something that I know the audience will not know is Hyperdrive was a show that I feel like started getting talked about in what, like 2018?
Yeah. Well, actually 17. Some people had like a year ahead of time.
Girl, they did not give me that much notice.
Me neither. I was like, all right, a month before. Hey, can you send in this?
Yeah,
I'm like, all right.
I feel like I was in kind of a similar position. They had given me maybe like 3 or 4 months notice, and the whole thing just sounded sketchy. Like, sounded so sketchy, especially because they were going to transport the car. Like, you couldn't take your own car. They couldn't give you any information, which, like, I work in the movie industry, so I get it, but, like, give me something, brother. Like, come on.
Well, they even called it Race to Grid originally.
It was called Race to Grid, yeah, and they wouldn't tell me anything. They wouldn't tell me, like, what my car needed to be built for. They wouldn't tell me, like, anything that we were going to be doing. Like, I was like, I have a drift car. Like, I have an actual drift car. Like, is that what I need for this? And they were just like, we can't tell you. And I was like, I don't think I can work for you then. Plus, it was unpaid, like, unless if you won. I was like, that's, I don't know if I have time for that. Plus, wasn't the shooting period, like, a long time?
It was 3.5 weeks, nighttime shoots. So whenever the sun was down, we started, and when it started coming up in the morning, we ended it. Because we needed the lights for, well, it was a nighttime show. It was all those cool lights with everything. It looked really cool, though. It was worth it.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, 3 weeks of unpaid night shoots is that's a stretch for me. That's a stretch. But I feel like I definitely would do it now if it ever ended up having a season 2. But it probably won't because it's an older show now.
I mean, I think it got sold to Netflix, so it's all up to Netflix itself instead of the production company. Mm-hmm. So that's where everyone's waiting for. Everyone's like, where's season 2? I was like, I wish it is season 2 too. I want it to happen.
We love new media. How did they find you? Like, what were you doing? How did you start anything driving? Like,
so I had drifted a Z probably 4 events, and 4 months prior to them contacting me, I had quit that, and I was just driving trucks, so they thought it was cool. I think it was on Instagram. They messaged me. They found a hashtag with like Drift Girl or something like that, and found my page somehow on their Discover or whatever, and saw that I drove semi-trucks and thought that was cool. I was like, all right, we need more girls on this, so you should apply for our show called Raise the Grid. And I was like, you know what, why not? If it's real, it's real. If it's not, it's not, you know?
The internet is wild.
Yeah, so it was just luck, pure luck of them finding my page.
It's so crazy how much, like, potential you can have just by posting something online. Mm-hmm. That's something that I've always, like, tried to talk myself into when it comes to posting, because sometimes when I'm posting stuff I just feel dumb or I feel stupid or like
honestly I don't like social media personally.
I hate it.
But it is a very good tool for a lot of stuff, but I forget about it sometimes. Like, I'll forget I have a phone when I'm at an event or something. I'll just focus on what the heck I'm doing, and I was like, oh, should I post this or should I not? Is it good enough? But then again, it's like, if you don't post it, that one person might not see it.
Yeah, that
will lead to something like hyperdrive, for example.
Yeah, you're right. Well, if that's not motivation for you to actually post on your damn Instagram, you guys, I don't know what could be possibly motivation for that. Talk to me a little bit about your life after hyperdrive. Like, what do you think happened? What changed? I know everybody's internet following, like, freaking boosted.
Yeah. So I had probably like 10,000-ish, right under 10,000 before hyperdrive, and after it went up to like 50, and I felt really bad, honestly, not responding to messages, or like I'm trying to respond to everyone. I felt so bad I couldn't, or I didn't know these people, and it was just a lot at once, so it was very overwhelming. But after a while I got used to it, and the following for me doesn't change what I do or who I am. I'm just posting what I like to post, and that is that. And if people like what I'm posting, okay, cool. But if not, all right, that's fine too.
Good for you.
But it was overwhelming for a while, for sure. And then I was still truck driving at that point. 2020, I quit truck driving and decided to go freelance on that and everything. So, yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
It was a lot, though, for sure. In the beginning, I just felt so bad I couldn't respond to everyone. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Do you still try to keep up with your messages today?
I try to, for sure. So I actually opened OnlyFans for that. So if someone had subscribed, they were like, you're getting a definite response, and they'll get behind the scenes stuff of at the track or regular modeling photos. No nudes, guys. I know what you're thinking. OnlyFans, oh, okay.
There goes your subscribers.
I'm like, yeah, no, none of that. It was strictly for racing stuff, some modeling pictures, because my Instagram page turned into my car page, basically. It was just about the Mustang.
Yep.
And I was like, well, I still do some modeling and whatnot outside, and I was like, all right, why not? And that was also a way for me to actually answer messages, because they've been categorized out of Instagram, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. However, lately I just don't like what OnlyFans always gets associated with. So I shut that whole thing down a couple of years ago, and just try to keep up with the messages, but it's hard, man. It is hard.
It is very difficult. Wow. That's a really good way of thinking about doing that. Instagram is such a weird space, especially when you're like in the automotive culture, especially as a woman in automotive culture. It's so hard to like want to be yourself wholeheartedly, but not just focus on this one little sliver of yourself. Mm-hmm. But like you're trying to like post everything, but then people don't like everything, and then people get mad at you for not just posting the one thing that they came to your page for, and it's like really hard.
Well, you should see from this trip, I have probably like a couple hundred people unfollowed because I didn't post my car or any car content. I posted rock climbing because I thought that was awesome. Yeah. I'd improved throughout these nights when we go rock climbing and stuff. I was like, this is fun, this is cool, but it's not car stuff, so therefore it like went down. I'm like, well, you know what? All right. That's cool. I don't care.
I can totally relate to you because that's exactly what happened on my helmet hair account. I've talked to you about this a million times separately, but like my helmet hair account, I had like 22,000 or 24,000 followers or something like that, and then I finally stopped caring. And I was like, this account causes me too much stress because if I'm posting on my account and I'm posting car content, people are happy, sponsors are happy, everybody's happy, right? But like that is one small sliver of who I am, and it's not all of me. And it was so hard for me to like feel like I wasn't being myself, because then I felt like I was portraying this character by only posting this one kind of thing on my page. I noticed that I would never post anything else that was like special to me, or like I would post something else and then I would get hate for it and get like 200-300 people unfollowing me at a time, and I was like, literally, what am I supposed to do? I'm just a human being living my life. I'm not just here for your entertainment.
Lately I'm in that same like space. I'm like, I like other things too, and honestly, I don't really give a shit if you don't like it, so I'm gonna post it anyways.
Good for you.
However, like, obviously, it's good to have the following up there for sponsors, so that's the hard part.
Right.
But either way, I feel like the right people will follow you, and the word of mouth will do its thing when it comes to that stuff, and you being out at events, giving experiences and whatnot, so it's a weird world, the social media is, for sure.
Yes, it totally is. Let's dig a little deeper with social media. Like I said before, watch your account skyrocket. Honestly, I have no idea how I even really fell in contact with you. Because I know that when I watched the show, I immediately was like, this girl is so cool. And I like followed her, as everyone else in the whole world did. I felt like, I don't know, I felt like we were talking on the internet before we had that show opportunity to work with each other. I feel like that wasn't actually our first time meeting.
No, I think I started following you back at some point, and I think it must have been early too. And then we reacted to each other's stories here and there, and be like, "That's badass. That's awesome." And that kind of conversation. So it wasn't like really getting to know each other or anything, but just like, I see you, kind of thing.
Yeah, and then we had the traumatic show experience. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, that trauma bonding was real, girl. It really was. Oh my gosh, should we tell them the story?
Yeah, we're not on the NDA anymore.
No,
that
true.
Expired.
Very true. So Sarah and I met back in like, let's say 2019, and we met by complete chance. There was this random, what was it going to be, a TV show?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a TV show.
Yeah, it was like this TV show thing that was supposed to happen where this guy, I had never heard of him before, but honestly, like, I don't look people up, so I really don't care. I don't like IMDb people or Google anybody. Yeah. I just literally don't have the patience, and I quite frankly will find out when I meet them. Anyways, this guy calls me out of the blue and is like, hey, is your name Brianna Lynch? I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, like, I have this show idea that I've been wanting to pitch, you know, between you, this girl, Sara, Haro, and Hunter Taylor. And, you know, I would love for you to, like, come and meet the girls and blah, 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 whatever. Did not give me a lot of information, but quite honestly, that's just Hollywood for you. Yeah. Like, never get a lot of information. And so I was just like, okay, yeah, sure. So I gave my agent's information just so she could, like, keep in contact with him, because quite honestly, there was a lot of, like, small detail stuff that I just could not keep track of. So I was like, as long as my agent, like, has the email thread of this, she can tell me what's really important and what I need to know, you know? So anyway, we, like, all show up, like, me, Sarah, and this girl, Hunter, all show up to this meeting that we're supposed to be doing for the first time, which is at this guy's, like, loft apartment. Literally this guy's loft apartment. I didn't feel too sketched out because I was like, my agent knows where I am. Like, you know, it's whatever. Yeah. Anyway, we find out that the guy's, like, really, I feel like, abusing his power in a sense. And so we won't get into super duper detail of everything that happened, but I got Sarah and Hunter out of that guy's loft as quick as I could. Yeah, it was crazy. I literally had gotten my first apartment I'd ever had. And there was nothing nothing. I did not have a couch. I had just put my mattress in there. Yeah, I had just put my mattress in there like the day or two before. No, that was going to be my first night ever staying in my apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I barely had toilet paper, you guys. Like, had nothing. Literally had my mattress on the floor with my sheet on it and my comforter and my dog. And other than that, I did not have anything in my apartment. And so when we got into the sticky situation with this guy, Sara and Hunter were supposed to be staying at this guy's loft. That he was like, you know, it was like a rented out thing. Like, he wasn't like also living there.
No, he had a separate house.
Yeah, but like, anyways, we were trying to get them out of there. So we like left as quick as we could. I got my agent involved, got the two of them out of that whole contract situation and everything. And I was like, you guys want to come with me to Target to buy an air mattress?
Yep.
So that's exactly what we did. But I don't think, did we even use the air mattress? No, I think he just slept with me in my room because Hunter went home.
Yeah, Hunter went down south.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, no.
So
I used it as a couch.
A couch. That was our couch.
Was
Yeah. And then I had a projector. I owned a projector.
Yep.
So we like propped the projector up on a tripod and put it on the blank wall and watched movies like that.
I mean, everything happens for a reason, man. That's
that was our first bonding experience.
Yep. And then through meeting you and living there where you lived, I met Colette.
Yep. Yeah, you met Colette Davis.
It's so cool how you meet all these awesome people through freaking trauma, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so crazy. And you stayed with me for a minute, too.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a return flight. He flew me out there, but he didn't get me a return flight. I was like, shit, how do I figure this out? I was like, how much money does it cost to drive a car from there to there? I was like, what do I do?
That's right.
So I was with you for like, I think it was about a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it's fine. We can just stay here together. I don't care. I have my own apartment. You're so welcome. I'm glad we did that.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. So, jumping back to all the hyperdrive, fun, big social media kind of stuff. I've seen you get recognized at random places before. Does that get weird for you?
Oh, man. I mean, it's weird, man. I'm like, hi. Like that Stitch little gif. Hi. Like, I don't know how to react. But it's so, like, humbling and nice. And, like, you're just like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But it's weird. I don't know how to react, man. Yeah. But I got this one guy one time. I will never forget. It was the first time I ever got recognized after the show. And I was in Tampa airport. This policeman, airport police, walks up to me. Hey, are you Sara Haro? I'm like, depends on what Sara did. I'm like, not sure. He's like, yeah, I saw that show. I'm like, oh shit, thank God.
Oh my gosh.
So scared for a second.
That's crazy. Not a policeman, not in uniform.
I know. I'm terrified. I was like, what did Sara do? Did I do something wrong? Did she what?
Who's asking? Why are you asking me?
What is happening?
Who sent you? Oh my gosh.
But then, yeah, at the tracks and stuff, people will come up and it's just really sweet and nice. It makes me really happy that like people enjoyed what I brought to the table there.
So it seems like that fan base still translates fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Lastly, let's get into the ugly of social media because I feel like it probably isn't all that it's chalked up to be. Give me the ugly.
The ugly?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Like one of my pet peeves is when people try to get your attention through negativity. And some days I'll entertain it because I'm just being a sarcastic asshole that day. I'm like, all right, let's keep this going, man. It's like, oh, you couldn't do this, da da da. I was like, no way, why? Yeah. Oh, is that so? And I'll be a complete dick back. But, I mean, I haven't gotten a lot of ugly. Like, I'll have people basically say, oh, she wouldn't be nothing without hyperdrive. I was like, I'd still be pushing for what I want to. I'd be doing just as fine, but it definitely helped boost the social media aspect.
Also, like, you had 10,000 followers before hyperdrive.
Yeah, I was still gonna keep going at my passion. Eventually, I'd probably end up drifting my Mustang anyways, because, you know, it's just something I love. But just the negativity of people out of, like, jealousy or trying to get attention somehow is just, why? You don't have anything better to do, dude? Like, I feel sorry for you. I wish your life gets better. And then I'm like, damn, people actually don't have anything better to do. And I'm like, well, I'm happy I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing. You can hate all you want on it.
Yeah.
But basically, that's the only negativity. I haven't gotten dick pics.
Okay.
So that's a good.
I haven't either.
No, Savannah apparently has.
Yeah,
she gave me the best
Savannah
advice, though. If you ever get a dick pic on social media, save it. So I have like a dick pic camera roll or whatever.
Yeah.
And whoever sends one next time, you respond with the other one. Yeah. And see how they react to it. Be like, how does that feel, my guy?
That is genius. Oh my gosh. I heard Savannah talking about that at the track the other day. And I was like, if I ever get unsolicited dick pics, I am for sure having a files folder on my phone with everybody's and the dick pic, like, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do that.
His has always been just girls in motorsports, too. Yeah. Just being like, oh, it's a girl, whatever. Or it's she's not driving, this and that kind of thing. But it's always the negativity that's, like, a bummer about freaking social media. Other than that, I honestly have not had much. And sometimes if someone were to troll or do whatever, the followers kind of back me up somehow.
Good.
So I have these super loyal ones that's like, hey. I'm like, I love you guys. You're amazing. Thank you.
Oh, man. Yeah, the people that stay liking my Instagram stories will for sure be getting some of my money when I die. That's for sure.
Yes. How about you?
I feel like I didn't get a ton of hate on social media, which was great. Like, so grateful for that. But I had a girlfriend of mine. She always told me that she thinks that I don't get a lot of hate because of the fact that I am a person of color.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So she said that she doesn't feel like I get a lot of internet hate because I'm a person of color, and people are afraid to do that because they're going to look racist. Yeah, we went there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's literally what she said to me. I get where she was coming from, but I also, in my opinion, I hate to sound like this, but I just don't feel like I did a lot to get a lot of hate.
Yeah, no.
You know? Like,
The thing is, with social media, people are so damn fake.
Well, like,
I feel like the fake ones get the hate because they are not being themselves truly.
Right. So what are the things that people are getting hate for? Number one, not doing your own work or being fake or lying, right? I'm not doing any of those things.
Exactly.
Because I'm showing myself doing the work. Another thing that people get hate for in real life, personally, what I can't stand is when people act like they know every damn thing. Yeah. Gosh, like, just shut up. We don't care. Like, it's okay to not know something.
Yeah.
And then I also did not show a lot of skin. I never have shown a lot of skin.
Yep.
Partially because of the fact that I just hate my body. But in addition to that, I feel like that's just not my style. Doesn't make me comfortable to, show a bunch of skin. I just don't feel the need to do that. Probably because I don't feel like a hot person. You know what I mean? So,
I relate.
I just don't feel like I need to do that. So if I don't like looking at myself like that normally, then, like, why would I put that on the internet? I don't know. It will take people years of knowing me before they ever see me in a bathing suit. So I feel like that's another part of the reason why I didn't get a lot of hate is because I didn't look like a try-hard, quote unquote. But yeah, I just think that I was, like, sharing my journey of learning on the internet, but I also, like, learning with drifting and cars and all that kind of stuff. And, like, I took it very seriously, too, though, because what I was doing on the internet was translating into my career. But I feel like all the bases of getting hate on the internet were kind of covered, and I just wasn't doing them, like, naturally.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe that's why I didn't get a lot of hate, or maybe it's because I'm black. Who knows?
Because a lot of people will also, with the social media stuff, they'll try to get in with you and kind of use you and go up that ladder. Same with stunt industry, like Hollywood and all that. So it's a lot of just using each other nowadays. People don't value each other anymore, and that's freaking shitty.
Girl, that's why I left California. Yep. Literally why I left California. I felt like everybody there was friends with me for a specific reason, because every time they would introduce me to somebody, they'd be like, oh, this is my friend Bree, she's a stunt driver. Like, why did that have to go in the same breath?
Yeah, right? That doesn't matter. That's just my job. They can ask what I work with if they want to.
Yeah.
But, hi,
if they
I'm
want.
Bree.
Exactly. You know, I should just be Bree. That's it. It doesn't need to be anything else. I just feel like we romanticize reality a lot.
Yeah, especially social media, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to be able to, like, actually dig deep into things, because there's so many people that have, like, I don't know, just the real life experience, or have, like, a real way of telling you how something really is, rather than just, like, you seeing this polished, finished product online, and then, you know, everybody just, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of FOMO, but a lot of things are, like, people just don't realize what's really, really going on.
Yeah, no, everyone's just human at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how many followers you have. If you're a shitty human, you're a shitty human. If you're a good human, you're a good human. Right people will stay, wrong people will leave. That's it.
You're damn right.
I open the door for them, be like, all right, I'm at that point in my life. I will think petty thoughts, but I won't act petty.
Yeah. If somebody was going to ask you, like, oh, what do you do for a living? Like, how would you break that down?
I drive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got my intro.
Like the beginning of the podcast, I drive stuff.
I drive stuff. I mean, and then I would break it down, I guess, to, 4 wheels or more.
Yeah.
So 4-wheelers, 18-wheelers, don't really matter. But I drive a little bit of everything. So it'd be my own car. So that's my own business, I guess, with sponsorships and stuff. Then the ride-along taxi. So I give the drifting experience to people on track. Driven Dynamic, auto shows and stuff, giving the experience to people, consumers, employees, whoever they may be, and doing global reveals and stuff like that. So I guess that's one sort of precision driving. And then driving semi-trucks for whatever, I guess. So racing teams, if people just need something to hold, I have a CDL, so I'm available. I have my own LLC in America, so I can work with that here freelancing. But yeah, drive stuff would probably be the description for sure. And then more professional driver. Yeah. I just drive stuff. I don't know.
I feel like that's a lot of hustling that you have to do.
Yeah, I'm a master at winging it, dude.
Yeah. What do you think your advice would be for somebody that's aspiring to be able to just do 1,000,001 things like you do?
Be close to an airport. No, I'm just kidding.
How do you think you've made it work for you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just do. Don't be afraid to do. Just do. Yeah. If you want to do it, you'll do it. And if you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
If I didn't want to do these kinds of jobs and travel around and do what I'm doing right now, I wouldn't. I would have a regular truck driving job in Sweden and live the normal 9 to 5. But I think that would be understimulating for me, at least at this point in life. When I get to the point where I want to settle down and have a family, of course, that would be a very valid thing to do and just settle down a little bit. But so far, haven't met that human that I want to do that with.
Yeah.
So I'm still free to do whatever the heck I want, not have to worry about it. And I guess just don't give a shit what other people think you should do. Because a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't move. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. What do? I do it. Because I want to do it.
Why did you stop truck driving anyway?
Well, I haven't. I hauled a rig down to Long Beach for Formula Drift now.
Okay,
so I did an auto show. Was supposed to go to Colorado for a week and then ended up going to Vegas, hauling a rig down, working the event, hauling it back, and flying back to Sweden from there instead. From New York Auto Show.
Well, I mean, I guess I should say, why did you stop your standard truck
9 to 5
job?
stuff truck? So the one in Sweden, I didn't think I was going to be in America for that long. So we were debating if I should quit or if I should have a year leave kind of thing from that job and come back to it.
I feel like I remember this.
Yeah.
Wasn't this when you were staying with me?
Weren't
you trying to figure this out? Because I thought you were talking about possibly leaving that company. When we were staying in Glendale on my
No, that was the trucking company in Florida.
Oh, that's right, in Florida. That's right.
Yeah, so I already started trucking over here. And what year was that? When did I start Tankers? Dude, I don't really know anymore. So, it was the tanker company I was working for. So it was really good work. You get $700 a week or something. And I felt like that was okay. And then I started freelancing. Well, I actually quit that job that I went to see my mom in Spain. So it was COVID year 2020. And I had 4 weeks unpaid vacation or unpaid time off to go see my mom and go to Sweden and stuff. And that day I flew out. I was like, all right, swing by work real quick. I dropped off my fuel cards and my uniform, said, here's my 4-week notice. Thank you for having me. But they were really supportive, though. After Hyperdrive, they sponsored my car with a little bit so I could get a trailer. So they were really supportive in that way. But as the years went on, I feel like I got more and more used in different companies. But it was little things here and there. It was just exhausting. It was a really weird hours. So you'd start at 2 a.m., work until 4 p.m. kind of thing. And they were like, okay, do this last run. Can you log out of your e-log? I was like, I'm not risking my license for you. I'm sorry. Yeah. And honestly, I want to pursue other things on this time per week, really. You got to get prioritized to what you want to do, I guess. So I could have continued doing that, but then I would have just kept doing that. I want to do other stuff. I want to go to all these tracks. I needed this kind of time off to reach those tracks with my car and couldn't keep asking them for unpaid time off all the time. I needed to make money somehow. So I was like, all right, maybe I can combine it and drive my car out to this, haul a rig from that track somewhere, make some money, get my car, go to another track, drift my car kind of thing. So just finding different jobs here and there made it work, I guess.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay, another thing I meant to touch on. I know the reality of this, but I'm going to ask you the reality of sponsorships It's such a big process that I feel like people don't like recognize, because there's these kids on the internet. I was just listening to Eric talk about this the other day. There's these kids like that see these sponsored drivers and they just like hit up these companies out of complete random, and they're just like, I want to be sponsored by you and whatever, and like,
what are you bringing to the table in order for this company to grow? In order for them to sponsor you, like, it's a give and take for sure.
Walk them through it. Literally walk them through it.
Well, I haven't gotten a lot of like big title sponsor things or anything like that, but I like working with good people. So if, for example, Race Threads, awesome company, awesome people, they would send me tires and I would haul their rig for half price. I would do umbrella girling for them. So we helped each other out and helped grow each other together, which is awesome. And I think that's the kind of relationship you definitely got to start out with anyone, even if it's just for product or whatever. Or if you're getting a discount even. Like, that's the start of a relationship with that company that could grow into something bigger. So you can't just be upfront, hey, I want this for free. Like, I love Status Racing Seats because they will post up all the nitty-gritty of it and be like, oh, this dude asked for this with 2 followers for free seats. And it's like, so what are you going to give the company? Like, what can you offer them in order for them to provide you those seats, for example? Like, what are you going to do here? What is cool with this? Like, show us your plan. So you got to have a sponsor deck ready and a plan out for that sponsor. A sponsor deck, by the way, is like a PDF of basically breaking down who you are and what you do and what you're now in this day and age, what your numbers are, basically like what you can provide for this sponsor with a bunch of photos and everything and every single link that you can possibly think of. Like a PowerPoint of why they should sponsor you. It's like a PowerPoint about yourself and what makes you worth even looking at. Pretty much. Stash is such a great company to work with. I love them. I love them so much. I'm so sad I'm in Sweden now. I'm like, oh man. Oh, my seats are gonna rock forever in that car though. They made the sickest seat ever. I have my simulator seat is my Status seat. If I ever change seats in my car, I'm definitely saving both of those. For sure. They put, since my car is the Black Pearl ship, in case nobody knew that on here. Sorry. I didn't know that. Isn't that from Pirates of the Caribbean? Yes, I was going to say that. I knew that. Originally, okay, here's another another topic on this podcast. Sarah's car. Why the V6 Mustang, right? Good in that. Go ahead. So it was a graduation gift for my dad, and we were supposed to ship it over to Sweden because obviously I grew up in Sweden with my mom, so I didn't see him a lot. Like summer break, that was it. So no, like some Christmases here and there, some birthdays, but not a lot throughout my growing up. So he's like, I'm very proud of you and what you've done. I want you to have this 2014 V6 Mustang. I found a manual and it's all blacked out. So instantly I was like, the Black Pearl. Because we would watch Pirates of the Caribbean growing up through when I would visit him. We would watch that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We had a pirate ship in the bay going past blowing cannons and stuff. The Gasparilla Parade. Like everything was just pirates. So therefore, the V6 Mustang is named the Black Pearl and always will be. And I'll always have like a Jolly Roger on the roof, no matter if I change the livery on the rest of it. But that's also why I was very careful driving it, because I was like, I don't want to ruin this car. I crashed it a couple of times, but it like hurt my heart when I gutted it and put the cage in there. I was like, oh God, this is so precious. But now it's in Sweden where it intentionally was supposed to go, which is awesome. That V6 is still running strong too, though. I'm telling y'all, if y'all have a 3.7 liter Mustang, that thing won't die. I freaking spray that thing and not tuned or anything, it won't die. I was like, all right, let's see if I can get a 5.0 in this thing soon. Nope, that was like 4 years ago. I remember that. I'm like, shit, it won't go. But I don't want to put the money into it either, because if I get a 5.0, like, I want to put the money towards a 5.0. So I don't want to put like a turbo kit or anything. But yeah, no, it's nuts. But that's the reasoning for it being a V6 anyways. That's so cool. I don't know why I wanted to cry. Like, your dad is still very much so alive. And like, I got choked up just now. He is so awesome. So if it wasn't for him, like, introducing me to cars and stuff, because I have this childhood picture of me stealing a neighbor's toy car. So I walk in that garage, I hop in and roll out, and apparently they had the camera ready. It's like, you can't take that, that's not yours. But it's probably like 3 or something. And then I couldn't even stand yet. I was holding the edge of a bed of a truck at the dealership he worked at. So it was like, he definitely introduced me to vehicles. And he brought me to, I probably was like 7 or something, to Daytona Hall of Fame or something like that. It's like NASCAR's in the background. So he's always been he likes cars, but he's never raced cars. He's done some dirt bike racing. He grew up over in California. And I remember he was so pissed off at my Uncle Tim that he was the first one to let me drive a car. So I was probably like, I visited one summer, I think I was probably like 8 maybe. And it was an automatic, a yellow, really weird looking car, specially built for him or something. And he told me to drive around the parking lot and park in this one spot. I was like half a foot off or something from the lines. He's like, very good. And then he told my dad, and I was like, how dare you? Yeah. It's like, I was supposed to teach her how to drive the first time. He was so pissed off. So I think he's very happy that I am racing and doing what I'm doing. Yeah. But it did hurt his heart when I gutted that Mustang for sure. I was like, I know, me too. Oh, but without that Mustang, I wouldn't be doing anything I'm doing today. Yeah. So it is.
Look at where you are now.
Like everyone hating on my Mustang, fuck y'all. Yeah. That Mustang is awesome because without that car, I wouldn't be doing any of this. Yep. Or met you or anyone out here. It's everything happens for a reason, man. It's pretty cool.
Yep, damn right. So, what do you have going on next?
So I'm flying straight from here to Oslo, getting a rental, driving up to the track to then drift M5 BMW taxi ride-along car for Gatebil on Saturday and Sunday at the first event of the year for them, Vålerbanen, Gatebil Vålerbanen, I think they call it. It's like, I think I pronounced that in Swedish, yes. Swinglish brain is going on right now, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I'm going straight to Norway. I'm going to drift a M5 and hang out there for a couple of days, and then I fly from there back home to Sweden. And hopefully my bags are not overweight because I might have ordered rotors and stuff for my Mustang over here while we were in Michigan, and gonna just bring them with me instead of shipping them.
Stick them in the check bag. Yep. $50. Thank you very much.
And then I'm straight ahead getting to work on my car and getting that ready for end of July, because between beginning of June now and end of July, I'll have 2 4-day Gatebil events and probably some little things in between. So whenever I don't have events going on between that time, I need to work on my car for sure. Get a bunch of stuff done too. I'm going to change out the rear axle, control arms in the back, rewrap the whole thing. Yeah, there's a bunch of little things I need to do too, like clutch lines, this, that. Yeah, there's some things for sure. Yeah. So nonstop, just at it.
Yeah, that's the reality of owning a drift car as well. Yay. So nonstop work.
It's so funny. I had some people ride in the Dark Horse today, and they worked in finance.
Oh my gosh, the internet has given me such a brain rot, I feel like. Every time that I've heard somebody tell me that they work in finance, I've thought about that TikTok sound. You know which one I'm talking about?
Nope.
Where she's like, I'm looking for a man in finance.
Oh.
6'5", blue eyes, trust fund.
Oh my god. He made it into a banger though. The EDM dude, that's awesome.
Oh man, yeah, and then they just keep repeating it over and over and over again. That's
going to be my next, anyone that hops in. It's like finance. I'm like,
there's a guy, you just be like, I'm looking for a man in finance, and they'll be like, huh? What do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry, that was not meant to come out loud. That was in my head.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah. Wow. Dude, this has been awesome. Do you feel, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about anything?
I don't know. I'm zoned out right now.
Guys, just for context, it's like almost 10. It's not actually almost 10. It's like 9:40. And you've probably been up since like at least, did you work out this morning?
Nope.
Oh.
Not today. After paintball yesterday. I said, hell no. My alarm went off at 5, and I looked at it. I was like,
Yeah, no.
I went back to bed. Next alarm was at 6. I was like, nah. And I waked up at 7, took a quick shower.
You woke up at 7? I can't do that. I've been up at 6:30 every morning, but these curls, I cannot trust them. Sometimes they really be doing me dirty. Like, I'll wake up and I'll be like, what the hell happened?
This is probably the longest time I've gone wearing a hat every damn day. It's like maybe 3 days out of this whole event I haven't worn a hat because helmet.
Yep.
And sweat. And I was like, yeah, I showered, I curled my hair this morning, and I put a helmet on the first thing I do when I get to work. I'm like, oh,
pointless.
Well, never mind. I'm going to put in a bun and have my hat for the rest of the day.
Completely pointless. Same thing with like makeup even. Like I feel like anything past mascara is pointless.
Yeah, I feel good when I put my eyeliner on though. Yeah. And then I know it's going to be gone by the rest.
Sharp.
Thanks.
Your eyeliner is so sharp. Like you could cut somebody with that shit.
But after that helmet's gone on and off a couple of times, that thing gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, I bet.
I did have a really good eyeliner. So for the ladies listening here that does drifting or motorsports in general, Maneater by Urban Decay.
Ooh.
That thing did not smudge whatsoever. I did a whole Florida event with that liner and it stayed on all day.
Florida's intense.
Dude, Florida is a steam sauna.
Yeah.
And with a helmet coming on and off,
yeah,
I was like, I need to make a commercial for this eyeliner right now. Like, fuck, this is great.
You also need to make a commercial for whatever skincare product you use, because your skin is glowing.
It's dewy. What is it called? Tashio?
You're going to have to send me a picture of it, because I need to know.
Yes, it's good. It feels good. It's not cream, but it's not like watery or oily or anything. It's like dewy. Yeah.
We love dewy.
It's nice.
Heck
It feels good on my skin. I like it.
Oh my gosh. Well, dude, I feel like we covered so many things.
Yeah.
I feel like we covered
You know me so much better now.
Yeah, I do.
I'm crazy.
I really do. I really do. It was so interesting because I feel like there's so much of this that like I was already able, like I already knew a little, you know what I mean? Like I knew little chunks and bits and pieces already, but like I'm really excited. I'm very glad that I like finally got a chance to do this. Yay. Especially you being my first guest. Yay. Get the hell out of here. Oh my gosh. Yay. I would have never thought. Like my friend that lives all the way in Sweden is going to be my first person on my podcast.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
You're like,
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. Awesome. Anyways, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm so happy to have you here.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
First official episode is done and in the books, you guys. That was so much fun. I can't wait to do more episodes and really get to know people better and learn more about what things are really like in real life and not just what we see online. Like I said, that was my first podcast, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys have notes, feel free to shoot them my way on the URL versus IRL Instagram. We do have an official Instagram. It's URL vs IRL. But go easy on me because like I said, that was my very first podcast and I was just having a great time and having fun. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed listening. Last but not least, I just want to give a really big thank you to my friend Sara for believing in me and coming on the show as my very first guest, especially when I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I just gave her a super rough outline, bullet pointed a couple questions, and I was like, hopefully this goes well. We'll see how this goes. So like I said, show her some love. Her Instagram is Sara Haro Drift. It's SaraHaro DRIFT. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and reach out so we can chat. My Instagram handle is BrieLynch.IRL, which is BRILYNCH IRL. Talk to you guys soon on the next URL versus IRL.